Okay, I have a few points of reference on here. I don't know how useful they're going to be as we go ahead, but they're something to start with anyway. What I have in my mind is something, well, a view commonly seen in the Fraser Canyon along the Fraser River. So from here down we're going with the river. Probably going to have to introduce some boulders up close here. Not going to worry about that yet. There's my baseline again, and this it's sort of hillside. Really, no, it's mountainside. It's it's pretty rugged. There'll be cliffs, what have you. Sort of a yin yang or yin yang shape, dipping down. I'd like the sky to be quite important in this one. Those are my thoughts so far. Let's just see how we go. Now, I've been sitting in my chair looking at this thing for a while, wondering where I would go with it. And this is sort of what I came up with. A lot of rock there. I'm not going to have a tree and 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 a tree. That's just a little bit boring. So, I'll only indicate a few evergreens along there. What I'd like also, though, okay, the light's coming from the left in this painting. And that's the plan. And that means that this side of this hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it, will be quite dark. So this line will be a silhouette. Behind it will be sky that'll be quite light in areas. So we'll get quite a bit of drama, dark to light sort of thing, or dark to light sort of thing. And then as we come closer, I think I'd like to have some kind of rocky structure, maybe an old landslide or something in the foreground, or closer shore at least. And again, the light coming from the left will catch this side of the rocks or the slide, and this will be a little darker, but not quite as dark as all that which is back in here, which I think will end up being, sort of this last band will be quite dark, some mid-tones, now going to rock, catching light. Modestly catching light, intensely catching light, going dark, intensely catching light, and because we're on a vertical, this is a 36 by 24 inch canvas, I'm going to spread the light around a fair bit. Okay, those are my first lines. Now I'm going to have a little think about it. All right. As I sit in my chair staring at things, I tend to modify drawing a little bit. It's just how I do. going in with a little heavier lines now, because I'm a little more sure of myself than I was. You know, I think I'm going to have a bit of maybe a ledge there with some trees on it, and somewhat of a cliff face of sorts. Sorry, I'm backing up constantly while I'm doing this, but I kind of have to. And that is definitely the advantage of standing up. Okay, I like that. That's okay. Do 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 do. That line, let's see, that's a large shelf of rock there. And there. I'm a little hesitant. Okay. There we go. There we get into that messiness again. That's okay. Yeah, actually my first intuition seemed to be pretty reasonable on where I want things in this one. So we're just going to more or less stick with that. I might intersect this line that I'm putting in with a foreground rock. Might not too sure. But we have this very long slope in this direction. I think we might do something with the light like that. So sort of, you know, springing out of it or shooting down into it. However you want to view it or interpret it. And let's see, we have a little bit heavier cloud here. There. I'm sorry, I know that this is looking like a mess to most of you, but again, it's one of those situations where it's really, it's kind of in my mind roughly what I want to do. So that looks like a mess, but it'll come together, you know. I'm just bringing everything together with each step of the painting. I'm going to wipe it again with the rag, but then when I lay in my lines with turpentine and a brush, you know, that's when I really shed the unnecessary areas. Kind of it's almost like I'm making my final decisions on my sketch when I start the wash-in. Shaking off that loose charcoal dust. So I think the light will be here, shooting into here, meeting up with this, butting up against the dark, moderately lighter, much lighter. I think I need something here that's going to catch more light again, and that also repeats this or opposes this, which means we're going to have our line something like this. You know, the real power in the foreground is going to have to go like that, I think. I think that balances things out. If I were to go the other way, I would just be coming down, repeating down, repeating down. Now you got to support it. You have to oppose it. Give it some visual tension, which, oddly enough, gives it visual support. I don't know, maybe I'm just blithering. I shouldn't use art speak. I'm bad at it. Maybe there's a crack in this big rock in the foreground. Okay, this goes down. Yeah, that can go up in the foreground. Okay. Rudimentary. This guy's kind of all over the map. I'm just going to do a rough wipe in the foreground. I like that. I get to hit something. It's the most violent part of painting. Okay, I'll get back to you once I put some more decisive lines in. Actually, let me just grab the camera. Excuse me. And give you a square head-on shot of it. Because that is sometimes, you don't see very accurately at an angle like that. Okay, there it is. Talk to you soon, guys. Have a good day.